everyone, I am your host for today, Erica Coronado. And welcome to our webinar entitled Netizenship and Netiquette in Online Communities. Let's all rise and feel the presence of our Lord through our prayer.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today in this important event. May you bestow your guidance and blessings on this event so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone present here today, that each one of us may be able to share what he or she have for your glory and honor. Grant good health and safety to our loved ones left at home, and peace and goodwill to all men. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We ask all of these in your name. Amen.
So as we all know, social media platforms are one of the great ways that help us adjust and still live our life despite of pandemic. We can still enjoy talking with our friends, classmates, family, and other people through online meetings. This global pandemic has had one significant effect that was felt throughout the entire business world. Virtual meetings have replaced face-to-face conversation. This is something that will continue for foreseeable future, and the companies that know how to stay productive with remote collaboration will find it easier to thrive. This emphasizes a new set of soft skills such as communication, active listening, teamwork, and brainstorming. Another intriguing effect of the shift to virtual meeting is a whole new set of meeting etiquette and rules that no one is really at home with. To make it comfortable for you to get into virtual meetings, we are gonna talk about netizenship and netiquette in online community. To start our webinar for today, we have Ms. Apple May Calabia, our University President, for opening remarks.
Thank you very much to our gorgeous, excellent, and outstanding host of this event today, Miss Erica Coronado. She's really lively, isn't she? Okay, good day to all of you who attended this most anticipated webinar. I am happy to meet you all virtually. I am Apple Miti Calabia from La Liga, Quezon, greeting you all a great day and thanking every single one of you for giving us a day from your precious time just to be with us. We are here today to learn new things that we could probably use or apply in our way of living as part of online community. Adapt ways are beneficial for us to get rid of misfortunes while using social media. And I know most of you are here because you really care for your awareness and as human being, and that's a good thing. I also want to give thanks to an undeniably great person who possesses natural intelligence and pleasing personality. So this person only aims the good and protections to the welfare of the people. Share the knowledge and the skills for the great benefit of all. So by considering his traits and characteristics, there is no doubt why he became successful in his life today. So let us give him a round of applause. Our one and only special guest speaker, Mr. Carl Michael S. Cuenca. So thank you. And also, I want to say thank you to everyone who exerted their efforts just to make this program possible. To the director, to all organizers, to the staffs, and to the event planning team, thank you so much. I just can't help myself from thanking you all. It may be deafening, but and I can't remember how many times I said thank you, but I am honored to welcome you all to this webinar, Tackling Netizenship and Netiquette in Online Communities. So this webinar will surely help us to be reminded of the things that we have to know and also keep us informed about what to do and guide us how we should act. So this will also help us to be responsible using and transmitting information through social media and live our harmonious life. So especially I want to encourage you all to pay attention to the speaker and please collaborate with us. And I hope try to see the new avenues of literacy. I hope that everyone will have good or great connections and better communications and good interactions toward each other. I am sure after this program, you will choose to keep these learnings and share it to a wide number of people as you can and apply it to your everyday life. As youth of the new generation, you should always keep in mind that you live in technologically driven society and to know how to use any online applications, platforms, and technological equipment in accordance to what is right and what is socially acceptable is the only thing that truly matters. Once again, thank you to all of you and enjoy the program and or the event.
Thank you very much, Miss Apple May Calabia. Truly that this pandemic is a very challenging event on us. That's why we use technology to make our life easier. Right now, I prepared short clip regarding our topic, which is netizenship and netiquette in online communities. Please enjoy watching. Okay, so right now, to elaborate and to deepen our understanding regarding our topic, we have our speaker for today. Let's all welcome Miss Carl Michael Cuenca.
Thank you to the beautiful host of this event, Ms. Coronado, for introducing me. That's truly one of the warmest introductions I've ever heard. So I'm so grateful for that. Now, how is everybody doing? I can clearly see in your faces and in your eyes that all of you are so excited for this webinar. So am I. Ms. Coronado just mentioned my name earlier, but I would like to introduce myself still. So I am Carl Michael S. Cuenca, your guest speaker for today, whether you like it or not. Kidding aside, as I prepare my speech yesterday, I was really thinking of how this will turn out. Like, I kept on questioning myself, what do I really want my listeners to learn? What I want you to learn? Netiquette, netizenship, what do they mean? Netizenship simply talks about us as part of the internet world. We, as part or participants of different platforms in an online community, become citizens once again, in addition to our legal citizenship. Like, we are Filipino citizens, right? Just like being a Filipino citizen or a citizen of our beloved country, where we have to conform with its laws, as a netizen, we also have the responsibility to comply with the socially acceptable or socially accepted behavior. If you're part of the online community, you are considered as netizen. For sure, every one of you uses Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Messenger, or even has a Google account for emails. So every one of you is considered as netizen. So I am here to remind you that it is not only the entitlement of using different platforms online that you hold, but more than that, it is the obligation and responsibility that you owe as a citizen or part of the online community. As guide for your healthy encounters of using online platforms, online applications, or being part of the online community, Netiquette arrived. And I want you to instill everything I will mention one by one. The first Netiquette guideline I want you to remember is protect your reputation. Always remember that you are responsible for your own self. Not everything is good when it comes to social media. We all know that. And not everything works better in social media. So always choose to do things that will pull you away from things that might cause you harm or that might cause you problems. The second one is respect others. This second netiquette is so self-explanatory. But all I want you to learn is to be mindful of your decisions and actions online. As much as possible, treat everyone fairly and be self-reflective because our opinions matter. And sometimes we hurt people or we hurt other people subconsciously. The next one is express yourself clearly. Personal communication is way easier than online communication. We all know that. And for example, when it comes to text messages, most of the time we get misunderstood by the people we are talking to or vice versa. But this miscommunication due to dynamic technology has been solved. For example, in text messages, we all know that there are a lot of emoticons that are available for us to use to clearly express ourselves or our feelings or our emotions or expressions, and that's a good thing. That is to understand each other clearly. The fourth one is very important. Remember the intellectual property. Stealing is a crime, and taking credit of one's work without permission is prohibited by law. Intellectual property includes inventions, literary piece, and many more. So when you want to use any of the works of other people, never forget to acknowledge the author or the person behind that work before actually posting it on your timeline or sharing it with your Facebook friends if you want. The fifth netiquette is to check your spelling, your grammar, and punctuations. Actually, there's nothing wrong if the way you speak sounds or the way you write looks far from the grammatical standard. I myself admit that I'm not that good too, and I still commit so much mistakes. But this is beneficial for us to learn. Now, in a technologically driven community, most of the industries generate their applications online where we have to just message them for our applications or passing our requirements, asking our concerns and all. And right spelling, right grammar, and right punctuations allows us to have or gain great impression from those industries or companies we are applying to. Pause before you post. It's just the same with the saying, think before you click, as Pia Wurtzbach said. So when you want or when you are sharing or trying to post something online, don't just think once, don't just think twice or thrice, think 100 times. The seventh netiquette is don't post your personal information. I want you to remember that. Always, don't post your personal information. Sharing your address, especially, name of the members of your family, birthday, is not a good idea. It is not necessary actually, for it might only harm you. Not only you, but the people around you. And the worst thing is, it may be the people that are close to your hearts. You can be subjected to identity theft. They can use or they could use your identity to fool anyone, to fool someone, your family member, your friends, or other people. They can use or they could use your identity for their own good, for their own purpose, or for something that they want. And there's nothing wrong for being transparent online, but to be overly transparent is not a good idea. The eighth netiquette and the last one is think about who or what you are representing. We represent ourselves in different ways. Sometimes we are students. We represent ourselves as students, and when we are students, we are representing the school where we came from or where we come from. We represent ourselves as part of our family, and as part of our family, we carry the dignity of our family. By profession, for example, you are a teacher. You are representing the education department, and you are trying to sustain and protect the dignity of teachers. So when we do something, when you do something, always think and consider that. Consider who or what you are representing, because it is not only about you, because your actions won't affect you only, but it will affect the institutions, the organizations, or even the family where you belong. To finally reach the goal of experiencing better online community, we netizens must play our roles by conforming to these netiquettes of digital world. We owe it to ourselves, we owe it to every one of us. We must live with it, we must exercise it, and it is time to break the cycle of avoidance to what is socially acceptable takes on using online platforms. We create impact, and if we possess those characteristics of a good netizen, someone who cares not just for himself but for others too, probably we could inspire others to do it as well. Okay? So I hope every one of you learned something from me. It's my pleasure to take the virtual stage and be your guest speaker for today. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Carl Michael Cuenca. So I hope that each and every one of you really understand our topic for today, which is netizenship and netiquette in online communities. And to give this certificate of recognition, may I call on Mr. Carl Michael Cuenca. Certificate of recognition is given to Mr. Carl Michael Cuenca for having his knowledge and expertise in the Netizenship and Netiquette in online communities as our resource speaker held on 14th of January 2022, signed by our University President, Ms. Apple May Calabia, and our University Vice President, Ms. Jessa Manalo. And for our closing remarks, we have our University Vice President, Ms. Jessa Manalo.
Netizenship and Netiquette in online communities taught us our role and responsibilities as a citizen. We all create our different account in different online platforms, especially in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? But we have to remember that the digital world is permanent. Each post we leave, we reveal ourselves. So we must think before we click. Before we post, we must think, or rather, we must think twice or more than that before we post. Netiquette is a set of rules that encourage appropriate and courteous online behavior to promote communication skills, prevent miscommunications, because you are responsible for everything you post, and everything you post will be a reflection of you. Be a citizen who breathe and disciplined enough to use social media platform responsibly and accurately. Protect your reputation, guys, because it takes years to build a reputation, and a minute can ruin it. Even a second can ruin your reputation. You build years. Protect your personal nowadays is incredibly important. Create a positive online reputation benefit your personal life. Staying safe online can help protect you and your loved ones' identity and personal information from risk like theft, like posters in the Facebook account, like nowadays that happening. Don't share personal information like your address or phone number on social media, and remember to configure your privacy settings so you know who will get to see what you post. Never ever, guys, post inaccurate or sexually provocative pictures or comments. Even if it is your friend, don't send inaccurate photos because any seconds or any minute, it can ruin you. Guys, do only what is appropriate and only share information that does not harm you as a person. Treat everyone with respect because good manners can have a significant impact on everyone we encounter in a day. Showing respect means treating people with kindness and showing consideration for their feelings. Compassionate people are thoughtful about the needs of others, not just their own needs. The individuals who exercise good manners will find kindness, respect, and exercise and friendship with others. Think of this way. If you are bad to some people, do you think they will be good to you? Of course not, right? First impressions are very important, and those exercising good manners must always make a great first impression. Your good manners and respect should carry over to how you behave on social media, especially if you have not seen him/her in a person. Don't trust anybody in social media, guys. Express yourself clearly and use some emoticons when you are sending a message to avoid miscommunication. Check your spelling, grammar, and punctuations. Since space cannot be seen online, it may cause miscommunication. Take a break, guys, because your post because you need to think twice or more than that, because whatever we post, it becomes permanent. Because social media is a powerful tool and can be harmful if you aren't considerate with what you are posting. Thinking before you post can spare you some embarrassment and future backlash. Think about who or what you are representing. As a son-daughter, you are representing your family. As a student, you are representing your school. You do not want your family or school to be put in shame by what you are doing in social media, right? Each of us has a significant contribution to this kind community we have in the virtual world. It's just within us. How are we going to use it? All in all, everything you post on social media impacts you as a person.
And I would like to thank all the students and teachers who participated in our webinar for today. So see you on our next webinar, and I hope that everyone of you are now knowledgeable and capable on netizenship and netiquette in online communities. Again, I'm Erica Hornado, and thank you very much and have a nice day. If you have questions, feel free to follow us on our social media account. But before we finally end our webinar for today, kindly open your cameras for our photo opportunity. Thank you. One, two, three. Thank you everyone for joining for our webinar, and have a great day.